What's up guys, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing the TOMAHAWK Super car in Driving Simulator. So right away I can say that this car is gorgeous and it is a very good budget pick for those who want a car and do not want to spend too much money. Now, this car costs $125,000 and you can get it if you keep going. It should be right about here. Now I already bought it, so that is why it's not here. So it should be somewhere in the middle, and it is $125,000. And that might be a lot, but I did not actually play this game for a long time. And I got $390,000 after I bought this car. So I had $500,000. And that's actually a pretty large amount for getting a good car in this game. And this car is only like a fraction of the total money that I have. And it is a fantastic choice if you want a good car that will get you pretty far into the game. So let's test out its speed. So here it is. So it's a pretty fast car, and it's a lot better than the car I had before, since to get $500,000 I had to actually still have the FV Ladybug, and it was not easy to drive with that car, since it is actually a lot slower than this car. So if you have the FV Ladybug and you can afford this car, go for it. It's an amazing choice. Or any of the starter cars. If you have any of the starter cars, go for this car. Save up for it, since it's an amazing choice to choose if you do not want to spend a lot of time to get another car that's like $1 million or more. And FYI, if you want to get a car that's extremely expensive and you're almost, let's say you're at $500,000 like I was, get this car because it'll speed up the process by so much, and it's so easy to grind with this car. Now, I tested this car, and even though it says that this car only goes 173 miles per hour, I tested it out, and with the boost, it can go to 190 miles per hour, which is a pretty good speed for a car that only cost $125,000. So here's the footage. So the reason I'm not going 190 miles per hour is because I am in fact going up a hill. So let's go to a straight road. So here it is. So it goes around 190 miles per hour. So when I said that it goes 190 miles per hour, see, that's 188. That's basically 190 miles per hour. And 188 miles per hour is a very large speed. And if you look here, 190 miles per hour, if you want to get a car that goes that speed, let's take this car for example. It goes 192 miles per hour. And it costs $155,000. So just a 4-mile difference will cost you an extra $30,000. And don't forget that you can upgrade the engine to race engine, and then with that, if you do the math, 173 plus 16, that will give you 189 miles per hour. That is absolutely absurd for a car. Now look, 192 cost $155,000. 155. Now if you take this and go to performance engine, take the for example Pro engine, it's 16,000. So let's round it to 15,000. So that'll cost you $140,000. and the car will go If you count it, it's 9 plus, how much? 173 plus 9, that's 182. So that's very good. So a 10-mile difference can save you an extra 10,000. Now, later on in the game, speed 8 miles is nothing to laugh about, but it's still not that big of a difference if you think about it. And it might actually make playing the game harder if you're going at a very fast speed, then turning in very hard angles. It's going to be very hard to actually use your car. Now, take for example this car here, like supercars. For example, this car here, it goes 310 miles per hour, and the handling is 80%. Now look at the handling on this car, 85. So if you're taking the speed for this car, which is about 3 times less, and the handling is 85%, which is even more than the supercar. So that means this car is going to be extremely difficult to operate, and this one is going to be about 2 times easier. And it is a very good option if you want to be able to make very hard turns. So, very good option. So, usually when I review games, I usually do gameplay, sound, and graphics. But in this case, I can't really do that for a car. So, for instead of doing gameplay, sound, and graphics, I'm going to be rating speed, handling, and brakes. Okay. So for speed, I'll give it a 9 out of 10 since it's a very good amount of speed for a car that's like this. And it also looks amazing. And I feel like if you made this car go faster and maybe change the brakes, make it a bit better, I believe that this car would be able to be sold for about 5 million if you make it look even snazzier or better. Okay. For handling, I'll give it a 9 also, since it's a great handling, since even a car that costs 10 million has worse handling than a car that costs 125,000. And the difference in the price is about 8.75 million, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. 8.75 million, yeah. So that's 8.75 million is a lot of money. You can't say anything about that. And I believe that this car could be one of the best budget cars in the game if you add to the engine, maybe change the turbo, do all the different upgrades. And I believe that since the only bad part, or not very good part about this car, is the braking. The braking is only 63%. Now, 63% is still pretty good since the starter car only has 50% brakes, but this has 63. But if you add the brakes here and that 63 plus 9%, that will equal to 72 percent braking, and that's actually pretty decent for a car. Now, if you look here, braking is 83, 90, 80 even, and that's a $10 million car. This is 125,000. So for handling, I'll give it a 9. For brakes, I'll give it a 7, just because it could be a lot better. And like I said, I believe that this car could be a lot better if you gave it the most expensive vintage race brakes. And I would actually try to equip all of these upgrades, and I'll show in the next clip. So, as you see, I bought the race engine, the quad turbo, the race tire, since for some reason I do not want to risk losing handling, since handling is very important for a car like this, since it's one of the best things and aspects of this car. So I give it race tires and the best vented race brakes. So let's test out how the performance of this car is. So let's see. So when we go out, let's see its speed. Now, right now it goes up to 195 just normally, and that's amazing for a car. So let's see. This car goes to about 220, and that's amazing difference. Now, remember how I showed it before, and the top speed was 188. So the difference is, 220 minus 188, that is 32 miles. That is crazy. Now, if you check, 32 miles is amazing. Now, its speed right now is 204 miles per hour. And if you check, even 204 miles per hour, a car like that goes that speed would cost you about 165,000. Now, this even goes slower, but I believe that it's not necessary to upgrade all of the upgrades to maximum, and I believe that it is a bit of a scam to upgrade to max. Now, if you get this car, please make sure to not upgrade it to the maximum like I did, since it costs a lot of money. But I recommend upgrading it to, maybe a tuned engine or maybe even a pro engine, but not the race engine, since you can get a good car that goes around 200 miles that will cost you about, oh wow, actually, I didn't see. 204 miles per hour, that'll cost you about 250,000. So I take my words back. This car is actually very good if you upgrade it to the max, but make sure if you're going to upgrade it to the maximum, do not get the slick tires, because they will actually make the car harder to use and drive. So let's calculate the average. So, interestingly enough, the average for this car is 8.33333 forever. That's actually a very good rating. And what's interesting is that I made a video before. It is a review about Dungeon Quest, and that game actually got the same review as this car. And this car, I believe, can be an amazing choice for a beginner or maybe an intermediate player that wants to get used to the map and maybe the terrain, or maybe even upgrading cars and seeing which car is better to use. So, very good option. Before I end this video, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and I'll let you go now. Bye.